Oh, well, hey, man. It's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Married to Medicine, honey. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and kick things off right. Okay, we can see Quad and Heavenly down at the bar. Who decides to join them? Miss Anila. Not only did she come to join them, but Miss Anila got a whole plan for the girls, okay? She said it's time to drink up, okay? Bottoms up, and bottoms is going to be on me. So she kept sending all of the payments or whatever to room 123. Put it on 123 tab, honey. We're going to get drinks. We're going to get a few more bottles. So let's get a few cupcakes over there. Is that ham and cheese? We want to get that as well. Yes, ma'am. Room 123. 123. Okay. We learned that is Lisa Nicole's room because Miss Anila still feeling away about her $400 being taken, being snatched up out her purse. Okay. Then she also feeling away about the fact that she sat up here and vlogged for Miss Lisa Nicole, and she promoted her items, but she has yet to receive a dime. And she said that she sent the invoice, but she doesn't believe she's ever going to get the money. But she said she's going to get that money up out of Miss Lisa one way or the other. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you one way or another. That's what she thought she was doing, okay? Now, they was wondering, like, girl, where you getting this money from, honey? Okay, lightweight throwing shade at her, like, girl, we already know you can't keep up with coins. You couldn't even keep up with the $400 that you did have, girl. So where you get $600 from, honey? What are you trying to do over here? And she said, oh, y'all already know how this is going, okay? Y'all already know where I get this money from, honey. Don't even ask no questions. Just roll with the punches, okay? Now, we see Heavenly say, girl, Anila, you gonna get your ass and B. Okay, you gonna get your SB. And I was with Heavenly, like, girl, you finna get tore out the frame. Okay. Now I did feel like production told Anila, girl, we need you to do something to spice it up. We need to go out with a bang. You know, these are about to be our last few shots. We need you to give us a little more oomph, okay? Especially if you want to be considered for next season. We need you to give us a little bit more. And so she decided to go ahead and do that plan that she had in mind, okay? So, okay then, girl. Now later on, we can see Toya over there talking to Lisa. And the whole time, Miss Anila up there running up a check, running up Lisa's check, we can see Toya over there conversing with Lisa, talking to her about how she hasn't seen Anila have any fun the entire time they've been on this trip. She said next time Anila tries to come to her and talk to her about business, she said, let her know, girl, I'm on vacay. You won't have to discuss that with me at a later time, but you're not finna do it right here. Okay? But I'm like, I ain't see nothing wrong with Anila addressing that with Miss Lisa at that time, because this is the time that I see you. It's not a guarantee that you're going to hit me up when we get back or respond to my invoice. So I'm talking to you now, girl. So it was what it was. Okay, let's move on. Now we can see where Anila, Jackie, and Simone are getting ready to go hang out, while the other ladies, I believe it was Heavenly, Contessa, Toya, and I think Kari, they all went somewhere else and hung out, right? Looked at stingrays or whatever it was they did. So Quad was supposed to join Simone them, but she was stuck on the toilet. So I don't know if it was that wine that she took, honey, drinking up on somebody else's dime, and it got to her stomach and she had to sit on the toilet or whatnot. But that's where Miss Quad was. She was stuck in her room. She said she gonna catch up with the girls later. Now, while Simone and Jackie and Anila are strolling, you know, they're taking the stroll through the park or wherever they are, through the resort, they get on the conversation of Anila and Toya, and they talk about how maybe it just needs to be a little bit of distance between y'all in order for you guys to really miss each other and come back together, because they feel like that's what worked for them in their relationship between Simone and Dr. Jackie. Now, Dr. Jackie did say, not Dr. Jackie, but Simone. Simone did say, now, girl, you and I have not fought yet. So they decided to roll all in the grass and all that other stuff. It was a cute little scene or whatever, but I ain't want nobody to break this. So I was like, y'all, please hurry up and get up off that ground. Okay? Then y'all parents tell y'all about being all in the grass like that. Y'all get up right now. Okay? But they did tell her, girl, you can't try that with Toya. Okay? Because you may pull back a nub trying to try something like that with Toya, girl. We are not Toya. Okay, so be careful over there in that area. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. We see that Scott has arrived. Scott has arrived, and who got him up there? Cecil and Cecil and Dr. Jackie's husband, I can't even think of them, Curtis. Cecil and Curtis was able to get Scott up there because Dr. Simone called Cecil and was like, listen, Contessa got some issues going on with her husband. We need you guys to come up with some type of scheme that Todd set up for y'all to come to her with the BS and go ahead and get Scott up here so that they can have some type of conversation, right? So it looked like Contessa was really happy to see her husband, but then she also was nervous at the same time. Like, did the guys tell you why you were coming here? Did they tell you anything? And he was like, nah, they just said they wanted to come and chill. She was like, okay, that's fine. Okay, then, you know, she a little nervous because she knows she been running off at the mouth, and you know Scott don't really like people in his business for real. Okay, but I guess then, honey, just a little bit. He only like him in his business when he trying to get some advice. But all right, here, girl, school back. So you got Cecil over there talking to Simone, like, girl, I done got this man out here, honey. I don't want him to be ambushed. He goes, Simone, it's not gonna be nothing like that. It's not. And I was like, lies you tell, honey. It's gonna be definitely like that. Okay. So he told me he wants some he wants to get repayment on the front end and the back end. Then you got Curtis sitting down having a conversation with Dr. Jackie and how she was happy that, you know, they were able to bring him out because there are some things that Contessa needs to tell him. All right. So that's that on that. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing for me, which was when they got to dinner. They get to dinner. They ain't even sit down good enough, honey. I don't even think they had a glass of water. They at least should have a sip of water at the table. Okay, before Heavenly says, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you're here, Scott. Scott looking like the other men came, but you ain't glad they here. You just glad I'm here. Well, this is awkward. Okay, well then I'm glad that y'all glad that I'm here too. The fuck? Okay, she was like, yeah, you know, so then the conversation opens up to where they talked about how Heavenly starts saying, we got some questions for you, Scott. And he was like, questions? Well, is we going to get something to drink? We going to get a piece of bread? Are we going to get something, girl? Can we get something? Here goes Simone. You're not in the hot seat, Scott. You're not in the hot seat. Scott said, well, it seemed like it. The way she coming at me, it seemed like I am in the hot seat. But okay, then. You go, Contessa. Well, I needed counsel from my sisters, you know, so I opened up my mouth to talk to them about a few things, and I needed some counsel. I needed counsel with them, okay? Child, then after that, everything just flew off the handle. So go ahead and, honey, I'm just wanting to hear what Scott got to say. What does Scott have to say for his actions? I want to hear Scott. Scott is just confused, kind of thrown off. He's like, what? What is it? I know y'all ain't talking about the issues we got. This right here ain't nothing. You know, this right here ain't that. What are y'all talking about? This right here ain't nothing. I mean, good. You know, I see your heart. I know your heart. We good. We see each other. Okay? This ain't nothing. Do I need to stand up so you can hear me? Do you need to? And it was a lot. It was too much. Miss Contessa started crying. She ends up leaving the table, going to be with her man. Okay. Now, I did feel a way about the approach to the conversation. I feel like just because a person is having issues within their marriage, and granted, y'all are on a TV show, so it's a bit different. But just because a person is having issues within their marriage, I feel like friends feel as though that is their relationship as well, to where they feel like they're owed information. And I feel like you're not. That's not your marriage. So for y'all to sit him down there and not come to him in a kind manner and come to him in an effort of concern for both of them and not just her, you know, or even if it was just for her, just approach him in a different manner. I kind of felt like that was not fair. I don't think that was really fair to him. Y'all just sat him down and it was just like a drilling of conversations when y'all only have her side and y'all don't even know what's going on with him. And not saying anything that he's doing is right, but it just did not seem right to me. So I agreed, you know, with Curtis at a later time when Curtis just felt like it wasn't done properly. So I agreed with him on that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so we see Contessa and him leave. They walk off, they hug each other. He asks her if she wants to stay or she wants to go. She's like, let's go. She hops in the cart, they ride off. Okay, we see Miss Aquad. They're trying to explain to the guys what's happening here, saying here's the thing. Okay, he has been telling her he's been going to therapy, seeing a therapist that he found offline. He's not paying her, and at this point it's a bit awkward for us, and we believe that he's cheating. Okay, now the guys are like, oh, well, he didn't tell us that. You know, I didn't know that. He didn't tell us that. She also mentioned how their daughters are starting to say that he got a girlfriend. It was like, oh, well, he didn't tell us that. We didn't know anything about that. Then they started, you know, talking and excusing some behavior. And Heavenly says, well, I feel like y'all are making excuses for him. And whatever it was that they were saying that led Heavenly to say y'all are making excuses, I completely agree with Heavenly all day. I definitely agree with Heavenly. Y'all were making excuses for that man, and I refuse to believe that y'all were not aware of the therapist. I just feel like the men chose to just fall back and step out of the relationship, and like it's on y'all how y'all want to move. But I feel like they were aware, because if he felt so comfortable to show y'all a picture of a woman he has in his phone and how he thinks she's bad and how his wife would not hire her, I'm sure Scott feels comfortable enough to exposing even more information to y'all, especially while cameras are there. That is the odd part for me. Okay, so y'all can't tell me, at least you, Cecil, you can't tell me that he hasn't said anything to you about it, because I mean at this point that's what I believe. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. Okay, now we get to the hotel where Dr. Heavenly and Quad, they leave. They go to check on Contessa to see how things are going. Scott acts like everything's all good. Contessa is in the back studying. Everybody goes into the room. They sit down. They want to talk to her. I appreciate how Quad came at Scott in this moment. She said, listen, I'm not trying to upset you all's marriage. I feel like that was a really good lead in. I am not trying to upset you all's marriage. However, I am concerned. You know what I'm saying? I've heard a lot of things from Contessa, and now I want to hear things from you. Okay, that's going to help her shape her perspective of what's really going on in a relationship, instead of being one-sided to one story of what she got. But obviously, you know, he wasn't really trying to have that conversation. Heavenly opened her mouth to say, listen, she said that you're telling her that you have a therapist that's a woman that you found on the internet. He was like, I ain't got no woman therapist. I got a man. His name is Kevin Johnson. And I'm like, you liar. You liar, you. Kevin Johnson, I was with Heavenly all day. Heavenly, like, that is so fake. That is so bogus. That is such a common name that anybody could just roll off their tongue and just say something. Talking about, he said he was upset in the moment. So that's why he said he has a woman doctor. Contessa did absolutely nothing to you in that moment for you to feel anger to even spout or spew out the name that you had or spew out the words that you have a female therapist. That's not what that was. She didn't do or say anything for you to say something like that. So why are you lying? Okay. And Contessa was like, honey, I have not heard any, this is the first time I heard this. I don't even know what this man over here talking about. And I don't know what the hell going on. Okay. But of course, Scott does what he does to get out of the situation so that he can no longer be questioned or interrogated, as he likes to call it, and dismisses himself from the room, then tells Contessa she needs to stop talking about it. The ladies say, Heavenly and Quiet, like, oh, well, let us get the hell on, honey. We sorry to have disturbed your peace, Scott. Let us go ahead and go. And that was that. Honey, that right there was a mess. And I do believe that Scott is indeed lying. I'm not saying that Miss Contessa is a saint in anything, because she definitely, in my opinion, likes to make it seem like Scott is the person that's always wrong and doesn't recognize her wrongs in situations. But, you know, there's some foulness on both sides, in my opinion. Okay, later on, we can see where Heavenly is having a conversation with Jackie, giving her an update on how things went in the room with Contessa and her husband. And we see Anila and Quad doing the same thing. And they also were talking about how thin the walls were and hoping that they weren't over there arguing, because the walls are very thin, right? Well, they were. They were indeed arguing, because Miss Kari heard it. And Kari could not wait to run to Miss Toya's room to brief her on everything that she heard, and how Scott has photos of women in the phone, you know, naked photos and everything that he has requested, and these women have sent to him. What kind of shit is that? Baby, if you ain't caught, I don't know what is. And Contessa, like, I don't understand, girl. I'll be running all kind of mooks in the palace. I'm not gonna lie to you, girl. I'll be running all kind of mooks in the palace. You don't want to go to therapy, but you don't have time for that. But you got time to talk to these hoes. That's what you got time for, all that other shit that you out here doing. Oh, no, sorry, we're not gonna do that. But I hate to say it, if you ain't planning on leaving this man after him out here cheating, then girl, go out there and do you. I hate to say it, okay? Go out there and do you. You'll get it right, I guess, honey. I don't know. But I think that was whack. I think that was lame. I think that Contessa should have went off more than what she did. You know, it was interesting to see that Heavenly and Quad noticed the demeanor of Contessa. Contessa always comes off as tough. She was in the military. She did a lot of tough stuff. But when her husband comes around, it's like she goes into her little shell like she's a little puppy dog. I don't understand what that is about. I'm not going to say she does that because he's abusive or something like that. But I don't know if it's something about his energy that makes her just be like, I don't want to argue. Like, okay, that's fine. Let's just go. I don't want to, you know, I don't know. I don't know what that is about, but it was interesting that they noticed what I noticed. So let's go ahead and move on. So like I said, that Toya and Kari were in the room discussing what all they heard. They decided to go over to check on Contessa, see how things are going. Once Scott saw them, he decides to leave the room and says, listen, I've had my share of conversations with women today. I'm gone. He goes up to the front to be with the guys. You know, he orders his drinks. He tells them about the situation that happened with Heavenly and Quad the night before and how he did not want to go through the same thing with Toya and Kari, so he left. We overhear Contessa talk about how she's been in a relationship for 15 years and she's not going to be, what she said, she ain't up for the BS or something like that. But obviously she is. She's still in it. It is what it is. I saw where she said on Watch What Happens Live that she is going to, well, they're going to therapy right now. So she is hopeful for some things. But I'll do that in a separate video. But what I thought was interesting, and I really felt a way about this, and it's something so small. When Contessa was in her room, production actually had a key swipe to her room. And they were swiping and about to come in the door. And Contessa was like, no, you can't come in. They was like, can we come in? No, you can't. And I was glad she said that, honestly, because I felt like, how you going to swipe a key to my room, be halfway in that bitch, and then ask, can you come in? No. Why are you acting like Sutton of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? And no, ma'am, you can stand on the other side of the door. You already got me mic'd. You can stand over there because I don't feel like feel like engaging with y'all. Stand on that side of the room. I just didn't really like that. That's one thing that stuck out to me. I was like, how are you? Swiping the key to her room and then opening the door, then talk about some damn, can we come in? Was there a knock? No, ma'am. Now, granted, you know, if production's paying for the damn rooms, then they should have a key access and everything. But I felt a way about that. I didn't like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. All right. We can see where Lisa went downstairs because she finna check out, girl, because this is the day everybody finna go. Lisa done went downstairs. She's like, hi, I'm about to check out. I'm ready to get, you know, all of my receipts and everything. And they're like, okay. Yes, it says here that you owe $600. Is that what it is? She's like, $600? What the fuck? Okay, so they give her, she's like, can I see that? They give her the receipt or whatever. As soon as Anila is about to walk by, Toya already knew what was up because Toya came down asking what was going on. She snatched up Anila. Anila tried to run away. She's like, no, girl, I'm going to need you to face your problems head on right here. And so Anila pretty much admitted to what she did because she's like, girl, you ain't gonna never pay me. I ain't gonna never see that. And Miss Lisa said, well, wait a minute, girl. You do know that was a crime that you just committed, okay? You charged some stuff to my room. That's like charging some stuff to my credit card, ma'am. Okay, that's a crime, okay? And Anila's like, well, girl, I figured a fraud with no one. So, I mean, what else you want to do? Okay, girl, you should be used to that, scamming people, right? Okay, so I don't even know why you coming over here asking and saying anything to me about your little $600, honey. Okay, you was gonna spend that out anyway. I'm just helping you. Okay, I'm helping you out. Okay, so they were going back and forth about that. They started arguing, and Anila said she wasn't paying for SHI nor a T. She got ready to go out the door, and Lisa said, "Well, we'll just let the police handle it." And Kari, of all people, said, "Now, Lisa, don't be a Karen. Lisa, don't be a Karen at all. Okay, don't be a Karen." And I was like, oh, not the white lady telling you not to be. Ooh, y'all done let Miss Kari get too comfortable over there, huh? She's a real comfortable. She said, girl, don't be a Karen. Here go Heavenly pulling out her coins. 10, 20, 50. They're like, girl, what is you doing? She was like, well, you know, I just want the conversation to be over with. I just want so you must have got some of the drinks too. I had a taste. I had a little taste, girl. You had a whole bottle. What you talking about a taste? Okay, I had a little taste of it, but you know, I'll just give you a little bit. So obviously, Kari spoke up and talked about how she paid for it. So Kari went ahead and fronted the bill, and Heavenly was about to give her the money. So they all get ready to head on out. Okay. Now, as far as what all took place with everybody at the end of the episode, I honestly don't even know where people stand. All I know is that Quad Booty is real. She's looking for a man to meet her real assets. Okay. She wants a real man with her real assets. And then Anila's home. Anila's home, I have to give it to her. It's beautiful. She has a beautiful home. It ended up being $3 million. I think they said it was twice as much as what it was originally supposed to be. Anila, you need to pray that you come back to this show so that you can help your man pay for this house. Okay. You need to pray that they bring you back for another season in any capacity in which you can get it. Quad, I wanted Quad to stop talking about Toya. Okay, if Toya gonna talk about you, let Toya look crazy on her own. But you bringing up Toya every time you meet with Anila, for me, is actually making you look weird. To me, you're over here looking at her home and how beautiful it is. Oh my God, girl, you done put little Miss Toya to shame, huh? You done came over here and bought this big old house, and you done beat her out of square footage and everything, girl. It's like, girl, at this point, I'm getting obsession. Okay. Now, Toya definitely said something about you, but I haven't seen Toya say a whole lot more about you than you've said about her. So for me, I just want Quad to just be like, girl, if Toya gonna talk about you, let Toya look crazy. But right now, you're the one looking crazy because you make sure you bring her up with every conversation that you have with Anila. But that's that on that. You know, that's all I have for Married to Medicine. Okay. Y'all leave y'all thoughts in comments down below how you felt about this season of Married to Medicine. Okay. I'll be back with you guys for the reunion on the next few weeks, as I believe it's going to be a 3-part reunion, and I'll be returning back to you guys with a Watch What Happens live recap, okay, with Quad and Contessa. That's all I got. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.